bummed. There was a another circus thing I really wanted to go to that I didn't go to, partially because of COVID and partially because I was just tired. But yeah, they did live stream it though, so I was able to at least watch the circus thing, and it was really cool. Except that one puppet guy I talk about who traumatized me was there, and when I say traumatized, I mean like it just was the single weirdest art experience I've ever had, and he was there, and there was a bit of the act
Do
where
I know this
it was
story?
what?
Do I know this story?
Probably. Okay,
Oh,
I'll
for goodness sake.
rewind back to my first encounter with this puppet guy. I'm sorry for everyone who's heard this story before.
Oof.
Uh, it was at a show in Portland, in an old church. I think the venue is literally called the Old Church. I was there to see a musician I really like, so I didn't know any of the other performers. Um, anyways, uh, the lights go dark in the back of the church. One light turns on,
I hate
and
it
there's
already. I hate it
there is
already.
the sound of like wretched groaning, and from the like bathroom hall, a nylon sack, a white nylon sack filled with balloons and covered in black targets, starts inchworming its way into the church and then down the pews, all making noises.
Okay. Um, I haven't seen this, but
Yeah.
I have seen unusual and disturbing performance art of the same nature at the Fremont Abbey
I wouldn't.
years ago. Like a
It's very
long
possible
fucking
the same
time ago.
guy. Uh, I don't know,
And it's just
but
like it wasn't like bad or uncomfortable or spooky or
yeah,
creepy. It was just
I
why. It was just okay. You're
oh,
doing a performance art piece, and I respect that. I'm a weird ass artist myself, but why?
I will say this absolutely was spooky and creepy, and I'm not even done yet. This is just him getting on stage.
Let's continue.
Right. So, nylon sack crawls up on stage. It like shuffles around until you see the opening of the sack, to which this guy like reaches his arms through and pulls himself out as if being birthed. He's wearing nothing but tidy whities and a weird
This is
full
worse.
face covering helmet.
This is worse than the one I saw.
He
This is
then
already
reaches into the sack and pulls out a box. And the box contains a puppet show. Not a single actual word is spoken. It's these weird humanoid shaped monsters bouncing up and down, going and then making like bizarrely sexual actions and killing each other. And then when he's done with that,
man.
he puts all the puppets back in the box, puts the specs back in the sack. He crawls back in the sack and inchworms his way back out.
I was talking on Reddit in a thread where it's like when and we've talked about this. This crew has talked about this before too, which is that like isn't it just kind of the worst when like an artist just puts their fetish into their art and it's like because on the good side you got Yoko Taro. It's like Yoko Taro, why are all the women and actually dudes too in your video games all like in weird kind of outfits and all this is and Yoko Taro's response is I like girls.
Hey, we've talked about the fetish thing, but I don't think there was anything fetishistic about this.
No, wait about that.
No, like you might have gotten that from my description, but there's a difference between something that is sexual and something that is sexy in any shape of the word, and that is not what that was.
I don't know anymore.
It was weird, it was creepy, it was low-key traumatizing, it was wild and amazing, and
Okay,
I can't really recommend it.
got it.
But it was easily the most interesting artistic experience I have ever had.
Fair.
Yeah, I was gonna say that even though I oftentimes get frustrated with abstract art and some performance art, I will say that I do appreciate people who craft experiences
Yeah.
because it's kind of like making a haunted house where you're going to pay someone to make you feel like you don't exist in normal reality for a while. It's like an immersive movie that's almost interactive where it's like, okay, I don't have to do anything. I just have to experience this. And it's going to make me feel like, yeah, it's going to make me feel like I'm existing on a different dimension for a while.
Mm-hmm. And like, it was really one of those, like, it was a carefully crafted experience that made me feel many things.
Okay, by like my personal definition of art, it's like, could you talk about it? Yeah.
I have at length. It, like, I like, it's one of those that, like, oh man, I don't even really have words for it because, like, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it happened to me, and yet
you're struggling to explain.
Change.
It gave you an experience and an emotion that you're like struggling to articulate.
Yes,
which to me qualifies as art.
Oh yeah, no, I would even say it was like. See, I can't even call it good art.
No, because artistic.
It didn't make me.
Oh man, are we going to talk about artistic merit? Because that's a big conversation too.
Yeah, no, it had artistic merit. I will say that.
Yeah.
I will say it didn't make me feel good, but
right.
making me feel good is not necessarily what makes good art. I also find it really like telling that it made me feel awful because like if anyone knows anything about my taste and my like inclination when it comes to art, I like things that make me like tear me up inside. And like
Kyle,
again, I did not know a puppet show would like give me psychological trauma.
Hey Kyle, have you seen what's it called? Being John Malkovich?
No, I have not.
All right.
Okay,
I'll be right back. You can spoil that.
That's immediately what I thought of when you said disturbing puppet show, because Being John Malkovich starts with a puppeteer who is trying to make a living off of being a puppet master, and he does like vaguely sexual like puppet shows like on the streets of New York and like gets shit for it basically. Mm-hmm. And actually, what was I talking about? Okay, sorry, this is a different conversation. But he ends up having to get this job at an office to make ends meet. And he gets a job as like a person who goes through the files because it's the pre-digital age. And the explanation they give is that his fingers are so deft from all of that puppeteering that he's just super fast at going through files. And the movie just continues to get increasingly surreal as you watch it. Because first off, when he gets to the office building, the ceiling is very low. Everyone has to stoop down. The ceiling is like half the height of a normal ceiling. And they like make them all watch a training video that explains why the ceiling is so low. And it just kind of gets weirder and weirder. And like the whole aspect of him being a puppeteer keeps coming up in the movie. And so it's not just like this throwaway thing. And it does get kind of disturbing. But yeah, I would definitely count Being John Malkovich as like one of those weird art experience movies.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll wait till Jared gets back before
I'm back.
Like, okay. So the best part about the circus show I saw on stream the other day, though, was the same puppet guy was there, and he did a completely different his puppet show. It was a lot less sexual and still very weird and screamy. But at any rate, at the end of his bit, he crawls into a box, and the rest of the circus troupe pushes the box into the sea.
Nice.
All right.
And that was one of the most cathartic things I've ever experienced.
You know what is that, like, I can respect that, like, the intent of a work of art is to be creepy. Mm-hmm. And I feel like creepy is a broad enough term that you can go creepy in kind of an uncomfortable way, in a spooky, scary way. There's things you can do with the emotion of creepy, right? Mm-hmm. Not my favorite. And typically, even in because spooky scary, I could get behind. When the intended emotion is creepy, when the word creepy is one of the adjectives used to describe the work, I'm out. I'm good. We're good. We're good. It's kind of like moist. Good for cake and nothing else.